And then I'll just read kind of coda at the end, which was initially written in response to the student magazine in Trinity asking me to contribute and to specifically say something about writing process and politics and art and so on. And I was writing this for the end of this, and the two things merged. In form, the material clusters stranger, friction, art, reach, opening, and art in culture, wars, co-opting, enthusiasm, passion, in persistence, practice, in culture, wars, shrilling dogma, credo in animatas, insistence, culture, wars, affect, run amok, amassing prevalences in an emotional illiteracy of emphatic impact. In culture wars, a prevailing arts evocation authenticates practices. In culture wars, the clothesline, the office desk, the bus stop, punctuate as interactions connect. In culture wars, art practicing what may be lived spontaneously, each approach an abutment, retrieval, foray. In culture wars, how art walks actually tells us only that it's capable of throwing shapes or being thrown. In culture wars, art opens unimagined yet imaginable apertures of enjoyable communicative interaction, nexus of interpretation, occurrences in which experience as affect experienced in culture wars, out culture wars. Change how thoughts on the line followed, skew simply the line taken, the mechanics of holding in perspective as an act of comparison, assembled through shifting experiential, contextual meshes of affect. That is fact to the person in which, and that result as derivations of phenomena consequent to actions made or occurred, which is sense. That sensory input rides those pathways, nudges, steers, prevents, avoids, catches, lets go, as actions of decision-making through a mesh of effective information, choice. In culture wars, barbaric ties dissemble, barbaric tales assemble, drumbeat rolls. The everyday is not cognizant of the extraordinary in ways which are immediately comprehensible. Then note disparities. Find how it is to be uncomfortable in a way which does not connote problem-solving productivity, a stretch. As to work with language in an everyday world made hypervisual is to have to recognize the antecedent lines from which we draw, out of which we grow, away from which we move, towards which we muse, in order to return that sense of attention which is question and answer asking as making art.